Getting the arms and the legs to work together is a key skill in swimming effective freestyle. Unfortunately, it's a skill that many swimmers struggle to learn, and simply telling them to get locked in or get connected doesn't really work. In this video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite strategies to help swimmers learn this key skill. Hi everyone, Andrew here, helping you help your swimmers get faster. Today, we're tackling connection between the arms and the legs in freestyle. We're going to use a simple strategy that you can use in a lot of different ways to help swimmers learn how to use the arms and the legs together and how to maintain connection through the torso, into the arms, and into the legs. Let's check it out. Many swimmers focus on the arms and the legs, the pull and the kick, but they don't necessarily focus on how to make it all work together. Having a great kick is important, having a great pull is important, but making it all work together is really key. The more effective swimmers can be at working as a unit, the faster they're going to swim and the less effort it's going to take. And so the connection between the arms and the legs is critical, and the connection between opposite sides of the body, for instance, the right arm and the left leg, those are really, really important. And when everything works together, again, as I said, more speed, less effort, and that's ultimately what we're looking for. Unfortunately, though, that's kind of a rhythm, a timing, a connection, a coordination skill. And these skills tend to be really difficult for swimmers to learn. And a big part of that is you can't necessarily tell a swimmer what to do. You can't tell them to bend their elbow at 108 degrees. And that's because it's not about what they do, but how they do it and when they do it. And so it's the relationship between different skills as opposed to executing a simple skill by itself in isolation. And that's a lot more difficult for swimmers to figure out. It's a lot more difficult for coaches to communicate. And so that's a big challenge. And trying to figure out that precision by slowing everything down and working on it in pieces doesn't really work either. And that's because these skills can feel very different at different speeds, and trying to make it happen slow and then trying to make it happen fast, they don't necessarily have much to do with each other. And so sometimes if swimmers are trying to think about it, it happens too fast for them to figure it out. And if they try to slow it down, they're not really working on the same skill anymore. So connection and timing really change with speed. And not only does that affect the learning process, swimmers also have to be able to adapt and change their timing, change their connection with changes in speed. So we have a really subtle skill that's really hard to pin down, and trying to coach our way through it tends not to work very well. So we need strategies that help swimmers feel these key skills and put them in situations where they can really figure it out. So one of my favorite strategies is opposite fin, opposite paddle. So they're going to wear one paddle and one fin on opposite sides of the body. Left hand paddle, right foot fin, right hand paddle, left foot fin. So having that extra surface area, that resistance on both the hand and the leg can really help swimmers feel the connection with the water, and they'll feel that connection down across the body when one leg is interacting with the water and the opposite arm is interacting with the water as well. And they can really feel that extra resistance, that extra pressure can help them feel the connection from their foot to their finger traveling up through the body. Then once they feel that connection, they can use that connection to create leverage, to really get on the water with their pull, to really get on the water with their kick, and then use that leverage to create speed. What's great about that connection that's coming through the body is swimmers can finally feel what it's like for the body to work and move as a unit as opposed to just the arms and the legs. And what's great for you as a coach, you don't have to necessarily try to communicate these really difficult concepts. You can give them a strategy that helps them feel these key skills, and then they can start to figure it out for themselves and really lock it in for themselves. And you can use this one strategy with 30 different swimmers, and they're all going to benefit. Whereas if you're trying to coach, you can really only coach one swimmer at a time. So it's a lot more effective, it's a lot more efficient, and it scales to multiple swimmers at the same time. So while you'll get some benefit by just having swimmers use this drill, you can also make it a whole lot more effective by asking for performance. So have them change their stroke counts, have them change their stroke rates, have them change their speeds, play with the timing, play with the connection in a lot of different contexts. You can use resistance to create even more pressure on the hand and the foot, feel an even stronger connection. You can alternate sides, go left and right on every repetition so they can feel a different connection constantly. And then you can integrate regular swimming. So they can really feel the connection when they're going opposites, but they want to be able to do that when they don't have the gear on. So you can have them go opposites and then swim, opposites and then swim, opposites and then swim, and that gives them a lot of opportunities to take what they're learning in the drill and make it happen when they're actually swimming. So here are a couple sets that you can use this drill to help build swimmers' connection. So A100's freestyle, opposite fin and paddle. They're going to switch sides with the paddle and fin every 100. They're going to descend in pairs at the same stroke count. Next set, they're gonna go 3 rounds through, 350s freestyle, opposite fin and paddle. They're gonna hit 200 speed as easy as they can. Then they're gonna flip sides and then do the same thing, trying to hit 200 speed as easy as they can. So they've got the fin, they've got the paddle, they have assistance. They're trying to have a great connection. They're trying to find speed. They're not trying to go as fast as they can, but they're trying to be really smooth and connected at a pretty fast speed, but a controlled speed. So we had more of an aerobic set to start, more of a race set in the middle, and now more of a speed set. They're going to go opposite fin and paddle, minimize stroke count and time. They've got to be efficient and fast for the first two. They'll flip sides for number two. Then they're going to do the same thing fast. And again, they'll flip sides for number two. So they have to create a lot of speed and maintain that connection. And then they'll just go 25 fast with no equipment, really trying to maintain that connection as well. So 3 different sets, the same basic principles. You're helping them feel the connection, then you're challenging them to perform in some way, and you're encouraging them to change in some way. And over time, they can start to feel that connection. They can start to learn to manage that connection and adjust that connection depending on how they're trying to perform, how fast they're trying to go, and what situation they're trying to do that. It's a really powerful strategy that has a much bigger impact on a really key skill without having to try to constantly coach it. If you want to learn more about how to improve your swimmer's freestyle timing, check out the video below.